Malaysia mencatatkan peningkatan sebanyak 1.3% pada Ogos 2025 apabila indeks
Malaysia dijangka mengalami kadar inflasi perubatan yang mencecah 16.4% pada tahun ini, antara yang
Hey there, do you know that how price keep going up? For example, in 2015, the price of burger is 3 RM, but now it is 6 RM. So what going on? Why do price keep increasing? Why do not price just stay the same? There are one reason about it: inflation. Inflation refers to the increase in the general price level of goods and services that is widespread and continuous within an economy, or simple way to understand it is when there is more money in the economy than stuff to spend it on. When we talk about inflation, it does not mean that it works to our economy. It is because there are moderate inflation is often a byproduct of growing demand, economic activities, and can reflect healthy economic dynamics. Problems arise when inflation becomes excessive, unpredictable. It's disturbing saving and spending, reduce real income, especially for those on fixed wages, and creates uncertainty for households and businesses. For example, when pre-COVID-19 periods, Malaysia experiencing demand pull inflation. It happened when domestic consumption and export were high. What's about deflation? Deflation is defined as a persistent negative overall inflation and is different from moderate inflation or disinflation, which occurs when the inflation rate decreases but remains positive.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Today we will unpack why the price of goods and services keeps increasing. We are talking about inflation, the decline in the purchasing power of money. Briefly, inflation is driven by three main causes: demand pull, cost push, and imported inflation. The first cause is demand pull inflation. Occurs when aggregate demand exceeds the economy's capacity to supply goods. For example, imagine there is too much money chasing a few goods. This is often fueled by high government spending on or an increase in the money supply. When consumers feel confident and spend more, firms cannot quickly scale up production, forcing them to raise price to absorb that excess demand. It is an issue of demand overheating. The second cause is cost push inflation. This happens when a firm's production costs increase sharply, and those costs are pushed to consumers through a high price. For example, as such, the price of key raw materials, especially global oil energy. When oil price skyrockets, transportation and factory operating costs also increase. Similarly, large wage demand by workers also increase labor costs, which will eventually be paid by the consumer. Third cause is imported inflation. For countries reliant on imports, a price hike in exporting countries or fall in the value of our local currency will make imported goods like machinery and raw materials more expensive. Let's also not forget that inflationary expectation play a critical role. When workers anticipate price will rise, they demand higher salaries. These salaries increase in turn raises production costs, triggering a difficult to break wage price spiral. In conclusion, inflation is a complex phenomenon driven by a combination of the high demand, rising production costs, and the effects of international trade. Understanding this cause is key to formulating effective policies to stabilize our economy.
Inflation, it just means price for everything are going up. Your money buy less than before. It's like your wallet is slowly losing power. Inflation affects everyone. Let's look at how it hits three main groups: you, businesses, and the country economy. It is in your pocket. Even if your salary stay the same, its real value drop. This is called losing your buying power. We have to spend more just to buy the basic things like food, clothes, and transport suddenly cost much more. Like nowadays at Malaysia, the price of our daily meals and rent is high. The cost of petrol keep pushing up. Family must save less and something cut off the fun thing just to afford the essential. It is hardest for people who have a fixed income, like grandparents who receive pension. Inflation makes life hard for businesses too. They need to pay more for everything, the material they use, the electric they consume, and the worker wages. When the costs go up, they have two choices. Either they make less profit or they must increase the price of their product. This makes their business planning very difficult. When the price keep changing, business get nervous about planning for the future. They might stop hiring new people and stop building new factories because they don't know what is cost in the future. The price rise too fast, it makes the whole country economy unstable. People worry and the big investor might not want to put their money here. The central bank, Bank Negara, has to raise the interest rate. That means borrowing money become more expensive, like your home loan or business loan. While this help fight inflation, it can also slow down the economy too much. So managing inflation is a careful balancing act that affects us all. Inflation is powerful. It challenges how we save, spend, and plan. Dealing with this is a key to a stable and helpful future for everyone.
How to control inflation and calculate inflation rate. How control it? Few ways to control inflation. First of all is monetary policy. Higher interest rate reduce demand in economy, leading to lower economic growth and lower inflation. Next, fiscal policy. A higher rate of income tax could reduce spending, demand, and inflation pressure. How to calculate inflation rate? Inflation rate equal to Consumer Price Index (CPI). CPI 1 minus CPI 0 divided by CPI 0 times.
To sum up, the video discusses the impact of inflation on society, particularly how rising prices affect daily living costs and purchasing power. Inflation makes basic necessities such as food, transportation, and utilities more expensive, which places greater financial pressure on individuals and families. The video emphasizes that inflation is not just an economic issue, but a real challenge that influences people's lifestyle and financial well-being. Moreover, individuals should be wise in their spending by prioritizing essentials needs and avoiding unnecessary or impulsive purchases. Making informed financial decisions can reduce financial stress and prevent excessive debt. In conclusion, although inflation is unavoidable, practicing good financial management, consistent savings, and smart spending can help society adapt to inflation and maintain a stable quality of life.